military targets, as well as high-profile scientists as well. You're looking at a live vantage point of Tel Aviv right now. The time is 4:39 in the morning, Israel Standard Time. We were just watching the protests. We had to get an update in on Israel and Iran. For folks that have been watching the military parade and now the protests, they've been watching that for the past 3 or 4 hours. Maybe they haven't heard any updates on the Middle East. What have people missed in the overnight hours, let's call it, Israel Standard Time? What's been happening?
So, Austin, it's another heavy day of fighting between Israel and the Islamic Republic of Iran. The Israelis have gone in and have taken out additional sites, major sites, nuclear-related sites, going after key commanders in the Islamic Revolutionary Guards, and are really doing everything they can to permanently disable the regime's ability to build nuclear weapons. And on the other end, while the Israelis have been very precise in going after regime officials and those in the security establishment, the Iranians have been launching hundreds of missiles at Israelis and going after civilians, and have killed 11 Israeli civilians, wounded over 300. So you really see that disparity between Israeli targeted strikes on Iranian security officials and Iranian strikes and the killing of Israeli civilians.
The video that's on our screen right now is video of damage inside Israel. We know that the Iron Dome protects from lots of airborne threats.
Welcome in, guys. Talk about it.
We have seen damage on the ground.
Are the protests smoke and mirrors, or what's going on?
This video was fed into our system moments ago.
Wow.
We don't have an exact location. But
you better share my live. Wow.
What I was asking with the experts a lot yesterday was, are Israel and Iran at war? Are they officially at war? Does it matter at this point? They are fighting.
Well, they're at war. I mean, I don't know if they're officially at war, if there's any sort of an official declaration of war, but they certainly are at war. But I mean, it's very
Gilberto.
Iran has been at war.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Hey, smash that like. Smash that like. There's 4 people here. Smash that like, bro. Disrespect. Double tap the screen.
Terrorized by Iran-backed
double tap.
organizations for years.
I need to see the thumbs up.
As you know, the Iranians fired over 400 missiles at Israel last year.
I mean, it's got to be official war. Shit, you throw a rocket at somebody, it's got to be official war. Welcome in, chat. Smash that like, double tap the screen. Let's talk about it, man. Are the protests smoke and mirrors to cover up this war going on? What do you guys think?
We've shown too much restraint, and now it's time to fight back. And they are fighting.
Talk about it.
And hopefully with some success in really demolishing Iran's capabilities, their nuclear weapons capabilities, their missile capabilities, and their terror proxies.
Hi, my name is Carlos Pena. I'm a cake artist.
Commercials.
And I have a secret for secrets.
Tubi.
Is this what this has all been building up to for years, decades?
Yeah, for decades. And the Israelis have named this Operation Rising Lion.
So we go to sleep
I think there's two
or talk about this war?
The first is, at some point, I mean, the most...
Let me know in the chat. Let's take a poll. How do you do a poll?
The lioness protecting her cubs, and I think in some respects, this is Israel rising up to really protect its citizens from decades of attacks by the Islamic Republic of Iran. The second interpretation, which I think is equally interesting, is that Rising Lion, the lion and the sun, are the symbols of the flag of the pre-Islamic Republic Iran, when Iran was not being dominated by the mullahs.
Start at the poll, guys. What do you guys think? Are the protests smoke and mirrors? What do you guys think, chat?
A nod to
go ahead, vote.
That with these strikes against this security establishment, this apparatus of internal repression, that the Iranian people will be able to come back to the streets as they've been on the streets since 2009 and really take back their flag and take back their country.
Are there any signs that this is going to end anytime soon, the back and forth between Iran and Israel, or does it seem like we're still very much in the middle of this?
Well, I think the back and forth, will probably not end, because as long as the Islamic Republic of Iran remains in power and dedicated to the destruction of Israel and to the building of nuclear weapons to advance that goal, then clearly the Israelis are not going to be able to.
Hey, what's good, guy?
Continue.
What's good? We cook. What do you think, man? Are the protests smoking mirrors? What's going on?
Khamenei makes the decision to return back to the negotiating table, and to negotiate a deal with President Trump that fully dismantles his nuclear weapons program. There were 5 rounds of negotiations, but the Iranians were refusing every offer by President Trump to come.
Make America gay again.
Now, this may be their
Hey, smash the like, guys. 17 people, 21 people. Smash the like. Share the live, man. Talk about it. Are the protests smoking mirrors?
Israeli Air Force.
Go ahead and drop your opinion on the poll.
And suffer severe damage. They also run the risk that the President of the United States may decide to join the Israelis and use U.S. military force to permanently, once and for all, destroy Iran's nuclear weapons program.
Is the Supreme Leader himself a target?
The Israelis have made it very clear he is a target. And I think they were holding that in abeyance for now. And I'm warning the Supreme Leader that if he continues firing hundreds and hundreds of ballistic missiles targeting Israeli civilians, then they will go up that escalation ladder. They'll not only hit nuclear sites and military security, but they'll go after economic targets and ultimately the Supreme Leader, who the Israelis could target and kill.
I thought I was going to have problems.
I will be taking a 30-day Beyond Challenge.
Beyond 30 days challenge.
I'm going to become land 30 days.
30 days.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Can I actually give up meat?
Chicken, fish, I love meat.
I think when people think about plant-based,
West.
it's just for vegans and vegetarians.
What's processed?
At will.
Is there any sort of catalyst that gets the U.S. more involved in this?
Well, I think there are a couple. I mean, the first is that there's despite the really incredible operation that Israel has run and has surprised many analysts, there is a nuclear facility called Fordo, which is buried under a mountain, hundreds of feet deep, and contains Iran's enrichment facilities, where they've been spinning centrifuges and enriching uranium. It's not clear that the Israelis are going to be able to take that site out on their own. They lack the 30,000-pound massive ordnance penetrators that the U.S. Air Force has. They lack the B-2 strategic bombers that you need in order to carry and drop that ordnance. And so that's where the United States could play a role after the Israelis have cleared and destroyed all the air defenses, created a
Smash that like, guys. Double tap the screen.
Fordo facility.
Check out the poll, man.
Many of these other key nodes of the Iranian nuclear military.
Hey, I believe you. We cook. Protests ain't stopping nothing. I believe you.
To come in and really end the program.
What's gonna stop this war, though, right? Let's talk about that.
His legacy would be the president that finally ended Iran's nuclear weapons pursuits.
So, a regime shift has been said to be one of the main. And let's talk about what a regime shift means in Iran. There's a lot of people that don't follow this conflict day to day like you and I do, but let's talk about the complex dynamics of the regime in Iran, and tell me a little bit about the general public of Iran too.
Yeah, I mean, 80% of Iranians despise this regime. They've been on the streets since 2009. Millions of them yelling "death to the dictator," asking American presidents.
How do you guys feel about this? Let me know where you guys are watching from.
Biden and Obama in particular engaged.
Welcome in, chat. Double tap the screen.
In order to negotiate. Now, President Trump has done the same thing early in his term, but it's also very clear that
talk about how I'm gonna stop the war.
To provide Israel with the support.
We ain't stopping nothing.
The defensive support and helping protect Israel against missile attacks, but also very close coordination between U.S. Central Command and the Israeli Defense Forces. And I think President Trump appreciated that there was going to be no deal
Join the army
that would peacefully end this unless there was a credible threat of military force. But I think also
head to the polls, guys. Head to the polls.
Opportunity to really provide maximum support to the Iranian people. Now, I mentioned they were on the streets in 2009, millions of them. They're also back on the streets every year since 2017. again, yelling death to the dictator. In 2022, brave Iranian women, hundreds of thousands of them, back on the streets, ripping off their hijab, the forced and coercive sort of gender apartheid, as they would call it, that they have to wear these hijabs. And they ripped off the hijabs, took to the streets. The regime mowed them down, killed them, tortured, raped, used chemical weapons against Iranian schoolgirls to break the back of the Women Life Freedom movement. And yet still, Iran is on the streets. There's been a big trucker strike in recent weeks. So there's really, again, 80% of this population that wants to see the end of the Islamic Republic. We don't need to send hundreds of thousands of U.S. troops or Israeli troops into Iran. What we need to do is support the Iranian people, provide them the material support they need, technology, money, perhaps weapons, so that they can actually take back their country and usher in a free and certainly far less threatening Iran.
What's the ultimate long-term goal here? A denuclearized Iran, of course, is the chief goal right now, but are they trying to impose a democracy there eventually?
I don't think with a form of government is that important, in my view, whether it's a democracy or a constitutional monarchy. I think the most important thing is it's an Iran free of these radical Islamist clerics, these theocrats that are not only brutally repressive to their own people, but have been...
You know what? That's a good question. Why are they going to war?
America and the region, not to mention have American blood on their hands. I mean, they've killed and maimed thousands of Americans. And I think as an American, I owe a debt of gratitude to the Israelis because they have brought justice to the terrorists backed by Iran who have killed American men and women for years and maimed them and taken them hostage. So I think the end goal at the end of the day is an Iran that whatever its form of government is not going to threaten the United States.
Welcome in, guys. Smash that, double tap that screen.
And it's going to give its people the opportunity for freedom and prosperity. And this is something that I think the majority of Iranians have demonstrated that they've been yearning for and struggling for since the Islamist Revolution of '79 took all of that away from them.
Mark Dubowitz is the CEO of the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Always a pleasure, Mark. Thanks. Have a good rest of your night.
Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it.
So, we continue to monitor not only these live images. We've been looking at vantage points of Tel Aviv, by the way, because we look to the skies to see if there's any military activity, perhaps anything being intercepted in the skies. Time right now is 4:52 in the morning, Israel Standard Time.
Well, that was good.
Good afternoon. I'm Lynette Romero. We are coming on the air with breaking news right now. You are looking at video from News Chopper 4. Thousands of people have been gathering for the planned No Kings protest in downtown LA. Now, these protests are taking place all across Los Angeles, the state of California, and all across the country today. It's in opposition to the Trump administration. The LAPD said it expects tens of thousands of protesters across LA.
Welcome in, guys.
Mayor Karen Bass confirmed the curfew in downtown LA will continue from 8 p.m. tonight until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. NBC4's Lolita Lopez joins us live now. So she is with the No Kings protest in downtown LA. Lolita, we know you have been there throughout the day today. I saw on your social media that you were posting that this is one of the biggest protests you've ever seen.
Yeah, one of the largest, especially since those immigration raids began last Friday. Right now, we're on the corner of Broadway and Temple. And down the street from me, you can see a gathering of folks. This is what has been happening since that protest began early.
Welcome in, guys. Smash that like. This was earlier today, downtown LA, on Spring Street. If you was there, you was there. If you know, you know. Smash that like button, though. 53 people in here, only one like. Come on, it's crazy.
Children, different age groups coming together to talk about their opposition to the Trump administration.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Talk about what you guys feel about the protest. You guys like the protest? Dislike the protest?
And the U.S. Marines. Then from there, people started walking around different blocks of this area here around City Hall. I would say about 2 blocks down and 2 blocks around from each individual side. Now they've gathered here.
And then if you guys feel like this is going to change anything or not change anything, there's a poll. Go ahead. Is there anything going to happen or nothing's going to happen after all of this is done?
You have a lot of cars here beeping and honking as they go by. People still continuing to...
You love the protest? I mean, the protest, it should be a sign of unity, solidarity, fucking the people standing up against the government. The purpose of Bitcoin was the same reason, so this protest is nothing different than Bitcoin. If you guys know, you know.
Individuals that are impacted at all, maybe from any heat exhaustion or the like, has become tougher. So they're saying if anyone can move themselves from this area, if they're...
Go ahead and let me know what your feelings are in the polls.
We're just down the street from where people are gathering, and this is kind of
stand up to this taco clown.
It is peaceful. It has been moving. It is part of that protest from earlier on today.
What's good, guys? What's good, guys? Where are you guys watching from?
Los Angeles, here in the downtown.
Smash that like button.
Relatively peaceful as we see people of all ages gather here together in their protest on this No Kings protest march. So we'll continue to follow.
So we're gonna talk about a lot of topic here, like we're talking about the protests that happened, that's been going on for 8 days. We're talking about Iran and Israel going at it, exchanging missile blows right now. How likely are we to get involved? What's going on with the president? And is what happened at his birthday party he was throwing himself today. Talking about everything, guys. Welcome in.
Some of the buildings like City Hall. They are posted up there, and I say posted up because they're just standing. They're not really doing anything necessarily aggressive. But let's look down the street again. You can
smash that like. You gotta smash the like. Everybody gotta smash that like.
People are gathering there. The police presence isn't necessarily...
Double tap the screen.
Police officers walking around and or any of the police vehicles there, but they are definitely keeping watch in strategic areas around, so they are visible. They're keeping themselves...
Welcome in, guys. This is earlier today, downtown LA.
If you protest peacefully, we won't get involved. We want you to be lawful and protest as you can through the area. We'll give you that ability and that right to do so. And so that's what's been happening here. We have not seen any scuffles, anyone get together, not even amongst each other.
All right, let's start a poll about the Mexican flag, guys. How do you guys feel about the Mexican flag?
Folks walking around. It is a lot of folks, so it is kind of chaotic in the way that it is when you're in the middle of a crowd, like at a big concert or anything of that nature. But right now, relatively peaceful as we speak.
Lolita Lopez reporting for us from downtown Los Angeles. Lolita, we appreciate that. And NBC4's Brittany Hope is also live in downtown LA. Now, she's at the federal building. Brittany, talk to us about the scene there. We've been talking to you throughout the day. Have you seen anything change so far?
Yeah, so at 1 o'clock when we were with you, protesters weren't in the street. We're at the corner of Aliso and Los Angeles. So Los Angeles is right here. The 101 is right behind us. At this point, though, protesters have now made their way...
Let me know, guys, what you guys think about the flag, guys. Let me know what you guys think.
We have a line of at least, it looks like 7 vehicles who are here blocking this intersection, waving flags. Some are playing music. At this point, though, and I really want to mirror exactly what Lolita said, everything has been peaceful. Yes, streets are being blocked, but so far we have...
Let me know where you guys are watching from.
Law enforcement. Over my left,
go ahead, let me know where you guys are watching from.
Aliso, there is a long line of CHP officers. Protests have been facing those officers all afternoon at this point. I'd say this
they came earlier to put those signs up, the No King signs.
But so far we haven't seen a lot of conversation. We haven't seen any sort of altercation, which is certainly the way that law enforcement this morning, that the city said this morning they were hoping for. We're going to wrap around this way, though, so we can show you.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Smash that like, show support. Whether you like the live or don't like the live, we're here to talk about it. How do you guys feel about all of this?
Weekend at nighttime, when things started to get vandalized, this was a big focus of that. So at this point, of course, the federal building is closed, but there's a lot of protesters who are around it. So we'll kind of stop here just because once we get too far that way, I won't be able to hear you at all. We are hearing...
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys.
That we want to kind of steer.
How do you guys feel about the Mexican flag? Let me know your opinions in the poll. Don't be shy, guys. Let me know.
A lot of people gathered in the streets right there in front. We heard a lot of people saying to the you enlisted for. A lot of different messaging going toward the Marines, but again, it doesn't seem that there's been any sort of interaction between the protesters and the Marines. At this point, everything remains.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Let's talk about it. Trump needs to sleep in the grave. I mean, everybody has an opinion, you know, whether he's doing it the right way or the wrong way. I believe that he shouldn't be allowing the immigrants to be taken out of their workplace. But other than that, I don't really care. Welcome in, guys. Double tap the screen. I appreciate everybody participating in the poll. How do you guys feel about the Mexican flag? Come on, let me know. You hate it, you love it, let me know. It's free to choose your opinion. It is free. Welcome in, guys. We just have a poll going up. How do people feel about the Mexican flag being waved around in the United States? Or your opinions on Trump, whatever you guys are feeling.
And so far, you know, it seems like the message of this No Kings protest is truly a call out to the Trump administration, saying they do not want ICE in Los Angeles, and definitely a message we've heard.
Do you guys want ICE in LA? What's the thoughts behind that?
You know, Brittany, I'm so intrigued by that conversation you're talking about.
What do you guys thinking? What do you guys thinking? Do you guys want ICE behind LA or no?
These demonstrations, we've been very careful because sometimes
you don't care because you don't have a job. Bro, I have a job, bro. My job is to ask you if you care. Come on, my school bully.
Keep families together. They're very specific about the reason they're taking to the streets, right?
I appreciate everybody participating in the poll. Let me know in the poll how you guys feel about the Mexican flag. How do you guys feel about the Mexican flag? I was out there earlier today. I had an American flag and a Mexican flag. You know, I love them both because I'm Mexican American, guys. So right here we're talking about the protests earlier. We're talking about Iran and Israel. We're talking about deportations. We're talking about ICE raids. And whatever you guys want to talk about, the floor is yours. Go ahead and comment. I'm reading as we're watching together. So express yourselves. If you got, how do you guys feel about the Mexican flag? Go ahead and answer the poll. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. We're here to talk about everything that's going on. The Iran and Israel exchanging missiles. The Trump administration. The protests have been going on for 8 days already, straight in a row. The way police are going about it. All those signs right there, they stand for the No Kings. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know how you guys feel about Trump. Let me know how you guys feel about the Mexican flag. There's only 8 people in the polls. 135 people watching live right now. Where you guys are watching from? Double tap the screen. We're here to talk about what's going on, guys.
People care and they want their message to be heard. So powerful, really powerful images. Thank you so much for that, Brittany. And now we want to go to NBC4's Tracy Leong. She is live in Long Beach, where No King protests are also taking place there right now.
So that was LA. This is Long Beach right here.
Yeah, Lynette, we're on Ocean Boulevard.
Love Trump. Love him or hate him. Love him or hate him. It doesn't matter. How do you guys feel about the Mexican flag? 13 Kings, how do you feel about the Mexican flag? And 13 Kings, how do you feel about the No Kings Day? How do you guys feel about all that? Who that be? Trump all day, how do you feel about the Mexican flag? How do you feel about the Mexican flag, guys? Double tap that screen, share the live, let me know what you guys are thinking. This is Long Beach. You, what is you? What does you mean? Nah, I'm okay. My school Billy, what are you talking about?
From Long Beach, they say they are proud that their community came together and that they are standing in unity and solidarity.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hey, welcome in. We're here to talk about everything that's been going on. We just seen the downtown LA protest. This is the Long Beach protest. The No Kings protest.
Protesting
today. They wanted them to remain peaceful, and they wanted them to abide by the laws by not.
So everyone in the nation's outside protesting.
Right now is a lot of cars driving back and forth.
They were outside in Burma earlier too.
And flags from Mexico. They are holding up.
Okay, let's end the poll. Let's see what happens. I appreciate everybody that participated.
They are seeing happening not only in their community but in other neighborhoods as well. We are seeing families come out, people of all ages. I spoke to one woman. She said she came here today because she is the daughter of immigrants. Both of her parents came from Mexico. They could not be out here today, so she wanted to come out. She wanted to be a voice to those who could not be heard, and she said she wants to continue coming out to these demonstrations. That's one of the things, one of the many things we're hearing right now, Lynette, is that people want to continue to come out. They want to continue to remain peaceful. They do not want violence to overtake their message. And as far as law enforcement, we saw maybe one or two officers a couple of hours ago, but so far there is no presence of police, which is a good sign because it shows that these demonstrators and protesters, they're remaining peaceful and they're practicing their right to come out and demonstrate and voice their concerns and voice their opposition to these ICE.
My school bully. That's my job, bro. To bully you in school.
Need a voice right now. Long Beach, Lynette, back to you.
You know, Tracy, it's interesting as I'm looking at the video behind.
Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Hey, Sister Sin. Welcome in. Welcome in. Where have ICE raids been happening? Hey, Joe. Get a job. What's good? What's good, D Reyes? Haha, bully big man. What's good? He probably is, guys. And then answer the poll, guys. How do you feel about it? Who do you keep? ICE or Trump? ICE or Trump? Who do you keep? ICE or Trump? Hey, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Double tap that screen. Share the live. We're here to talk about everything. The nation standing up, protesting together. How did it come to 30 Mexicans to trigger the National Guard, the Marines?
Tracy, thank you so much for that live report. Now, Chris Cabezas from our Telemundo 52 station is live in Downey, where more protests are taking place there.
Okay, now we're in Downey, guys. Now we're in Downey. We did downtown LA. We did Long Beach. This is Downey right here. So they're everywhere. We're everywhere. We're outside. The Latino, the immigrant community is standing up. So what you guys need to understand is that everything's going to go up, man. Everything's going to go up. The produce cost is going to go up. The minimum wage is going to go up. The good thing about all these deportations going on is that there's going to be more jobs for us, American citizens. What's good? What's good? District 12, 1776. What does that mean? Oh, okay, Edward. I get you. I'm going to do a poll about get rid of ICE, Trump, or the IRS. And then let me know how you guys feel about all that. Welcome in, guys.
What does it say here? Mexicans aren't going anywhere. MAGA.
And it's also a double meaning, yes, a double entendre, and it's because we should all be allowed to be here. We should all allowed to be on this land. We should all be allowed to, just love each other freely. And it's in my heart, with Jesus as my King, as my Savior. I just want the people to know that, we are loved, we are here for you. If you need the help, there are resources for you, and we are here, and we are out here to support you, and we are your voice. We are your voice.
Here in Downey, it's a very huge Hispanic community. Have you guys seen the ICE operations, the ICE activity? It's been going on in this area.
Some of the activity, it has been going on right
Welcome in, guys. This is where you guys are able to voice your opinions. Go ahead and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I'll read out your comments. I mean, it's not a political side right here. Open to everything. Go ahead and talk about it.
trying to go ahead and instigate that, but in the same token, we are very afraid.
Deport them all. Okay. Deport every single leech. Okay, I see you. Shimpy. What's up, Shimpy? Hello, Queens Against March. Okay. The Battle of Los Angeles. What's up, guys? So right now we're here to talk about everything, man. What's going on? Are these protests smoke and mirrors? Are we at brink of war? What's going on, guys? Double tap that screen. If it looks blurry, double tap that screen.
You know, the immigrants have rights. So
Immigrant, what's good, Sonny? Immigrants do pay taxes. And they don't get the money back because they can't file the tax return. So the government keeps that money for free, guys. What's good, Danny? Undisclosure. Civil War 2? Oh, I hope not, bro. Sister saying war no cap. Okay, I see you. Everybody participating in the poll. I appreciate you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's share the live. Let's talk about it. This is where you guys can vote your opinion. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Right now we're seeing the protests everywhere. Right now we're at Downey. We just seen the Downey protest. We were just watching the Long Beach one. I was just at the downtown LA one and at the Paramount one. This is Downey and Long Beach. Just go home. What's good? What's good, Rainy girls? What's good? Chucky Lasher. Anyone showed up for the Trump's birthday? Yeah, I'm gonna put that up right now, guys. You guys want to see how many people showed up to the Trump celebration? I mean, there was a lot of people up there, but people just taking the military because today is the military's birthday. It's 250 years of today's military. God bless everybody that served and protect our communities and the United States as a whole. Everybody from all the wars, World War I, World War II, the Civil War, every war that's done taking place in the United States. God bless them. May they rest in peace. Like that boot. Damn, Monty. Okay. Who's the Rick? Like 5 was that? Who's the protest? Who's behind the protest? Why did it go to Survivor all of a sudden? Israel and Iran at war.
It was a similar scene in Studio City. This video from
This is Studio City.
Shot just before noon. It shows hundreds of people on Ventura Boulevard and Laurel Canyon. And here is another live picture from the ground in downtown LA, where, as we've told you,
It's downtown.
people have gathered.
If you guys were there, I really appreciate you guys.
It's happening here in Los
It looked like a
Angeles,
gay parade.
cities all over
I don't know, bro.
We, of course, will continue
I don't know.
updates throughout the day. We are streaming right here in our NBC4 Los Angeles news channel.
All right, let me. I'm gonna pull up that. I'm gonna pull up that. Trump's birthday.
If it's gorgeous, you want.
I'm gonna pull up that Trump's birthday, guys. See how many people were over there. So this is Trump's birthday celebration, the celebration of 250 years of the U.S. military. Hey, what's going good? I like that. I like that. I got this. A new world of the mixed human race united. Okay, I see you, bro. Angel, Isaac, what's the news with dancing YMCA? Damn, bro. You want to see the YMCA? I'll put that up for you right now. Oh, it's just cutting off right there. So right now we're watching the celebration of the United States Army, 250 years. Or you guys could call it a President Trump's birthday party. However you guys want to, let me see. Let's end this poll. If invited, would you attend Trump's birthday party? If invited. All right, let me know what you guys think. If invited, would you guys attend Trump's birthday? This is a celebration of 250 years of the United States Army. God bless the men and women who served and those who have died. Nobody showed up. I mean, we're gonna see right now, bro. This is live, so we're gonna see who showed up, who didn't show up. I don't think it was nearly as much as protesters in LA. There's a poll, man. If Trump invited you to the birthday party, would you go? Double tap that screen, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Wherever you guys are watching from, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, guys. We're watching the 250-year celebration of the United States military. I don't know if you guys can hear. Let me know if it's too loud. I'll lower it.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please rise for the singing of our national anthem?
How you guys feel, guys? If Trump invited you to his birthday party, would you guys go? Let me know. There's 200 people in here. There's 211 people in here. Come on. Check out the poll. It's free. Yes or no. It's a yes or no question. Mars, thanks. You for serving? Okay. Alico, nope. No Korea 2.0? I mean, maybe, bro. Hell no. Everybody that's replying at the poll, I'm going to close it out at maybe at 100. We can close it out at 100. Would you guys do 10? Yes or no? Hey, what's good? What's good, Native Americans? Okay. Dumb Trump have his hands over his heart. Yeah, he probably does. Let me know, guys. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. We're here to talk about what's going on. Free Palestine, all right, bet. Free everybody, man. Free the people. Tracy, Trump, happy birthday. All right, bet. I mean, it's not his birthday. We're looking at the celebration of the Army right here. 250 years of the United States military right here going on live. I mean, it's his birthday too, but that's a coincidence. That's it. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Let me know how you guys feel. If Trump invited you to his birthday party, would you guys go? Yes or no? I'm closing the poll out at 100. At 100, I'm closing the poll, guys. If he sent you an invite to your house or came and said, hey, would you want to come to my birthday? Would you guys show up? Yes or no? Let me know how you guys feel. And if it's too low, let me know. All right, I'm going to close out the poll, guys. It's 106. Quick, if you guys feel like you guys will go to his birthday party, go ahead and yes or no, yes or no. I'm closing out the poll. Give you a chance to join the poll.
Before we even had a country, we had an army.
They started as a small, unorganized group of shop owners and farmers, but they fought the most powerful army in the entire world to a standstill in Concord, Lexington, and Bunker Hill.
Then our Continental Congress chose George Washington as general of our Continental Army.
But it wasn't until 1 year later, on July 4th, 1776, that news arrived of the signing of our Declaration of Independence.
Now we had a new army and a new nation.
With little gunpowder, no shoes, bloody feet, few cannons, little training, and even less food.
Valley Forge started in December. They went into winter camp in December of 1777.
Go free yourself.
Americans died that winter of disease.
What's good? 100% Trump is awesome. Have more personality than the whole comment section. That's crazy. Come on.
Finally, Washington and his army arrived here at Yorktown, where they had General Cornwallis and his powerful British army trapped in this city against the sea.
All of the preparation that Washington has learned through the course of those 6.5 years
meets its full force here at Yorktown.
There's history, guys. History of the military.
Sailing from the Caribbean, the French Navy arrived and took on the British fleet.
Don't tap that screen, guys. Learn your history, man.
Our men began digging to get closer and closer to the fort. Finally,
we're watching the celebration of 250 years of war,
George Washington,
and also known as Trump's birthday party celebration.
The British had two small forts in front of the main fort.
That's what we're watching. Trump celebrating his birthday, guys.
Then, on the moonless night of October 14th, the American and French forces attacked the redoubts. The hand-to-hand combat with bayonets, knives, and fists was bloody, to say the least. But within an hour, we were victorious.
And as the sun came up the next day, Cornwallis looked out and realized he was in serious trouble. So he prepared an all-out, desperate counterattack.
It didn't work, and the British were forced to surrender.
We were supposed to lose to the best army and the largest and most professional navy in the world.
But our young army had won the war and our freedom. The freedom we hold so dear. And 250 years later, what started as a ragtag group of shop owners has now become the most powerful army in the world.
What's good, guys? What's good, guys?
Many things are very different from that army here at Yorktown.
So right now we're watching this Donald Trump's birthday celebration,
An undying
or the
passion
250 years of the United States Army.
deep in the heart of
Double tap that
today's
screen, guys. Double tap that
When you
screen.
look into their faces, you can see it. That will never change. God bless the United States
Hey,
Army, and God bless
and hey,
the
free
United
the
States
evil
of
spirits.
America.
Okay, I see you. Sister Sin, she said we ain't making it to GTA 6. Got World War 3 before GTA 6. Oh, that's crazy, Shark. That's crazy. God bless the men and women who are serving, who are outstationed, away from their families. If you happen to be in this live, God bless you, man. I hope you're safe. I hope you make it back home to your families. And in a time of war, we might be in front of you guys right now protesting, but we will need you. All of you. Shane, come on. 250 people, bro. 250 years, bro. They got to celebrate somehow. Now that guy right there, how do you guys feel about him? America #1. Amen. Jojo, let's go Trump, baby. Okay, I see you. W Trump, hell yeah. Okay. I'll go to the military to support though. Yeah, me too. Trump wanted to watch Actual Man for his birthday. Maybe, bro. Maybe. Who knows what he wanted to do this for? But every other big powerhouse does it. China does it. Russia does it. North Korea does it. Why can't he do it? There's nothing wrong with it. Our military men and women should be paraded around as heroes, as protectors, as a well-uniformed group that's going to protect us, man. We are in a time of crisis, and whether we love him or hate him, he's the man that's going to keep everybody away from us, man. Russia, China, they're going to stay away from us, man. They're going to respect them no matter what.
Ladies and gentlemen, our parade is officially underway.
Burn parade, yeah. It is what it is, man. It's a celebration of the United States Army, man. Love them or hate them, they're still their army. They're still American. You know?
Our nation's most senior service, stationed at Joint Base Meyer Henderson Hall, Virginia.
What's good, Oscar? Yeah, respect them, man. Love them or hate them, man. Love them or hate them, it doesn't matter.
22 by Army Chief of Staff John J.
I gotta pull up. Should the people protest? Should the people protest? Let me know how you guys feel about that.
Today, Pershing Zone is playing a melody entitled "The Army Goes Rolling Along."
Let's see how many people love or hate Trump, man.
Edmund Louis Snitz Gruber, which was a descendant of Franz Gruber, who
Do you love Trump?
was originally written to be the 5th Artillery Regimental song titled The Caissons Go Rolling Along. And in 1956, the lyrics were revised by Harold Arberg as the official song of the U.S. Army, and then retitled The Army Goes Rolling Along. Pershing Zone carries on its century-old legacy, playing a march that brings pride to every soldier. The Army Song. The 3rd Infantry Regiment.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. We're watching the 250-year celebration of the United States Army.
Major General Winfield Scott during a victory parade in Mexico City after the Mexican
So what
War.
crisis?
It is the
I mean, we're at war right now.
Ceremonial unit and presidential escort, conducting year-round tactical training to ensure the highest standards and utmost discipline of its soldiers. The unit routinely represents the U.S.
Kevin,
Army
shut the
and
fuck
our
up.
nation at
Who the fuck is
official
Kevin?
ceremonies, sporting events, and their own at the U.S. Army's own.
What's good, guys? No, we're not.
The Old Guard.
Caesar, okay, we're not at war. So what are we, man? What are we? Do you guys know that China signed a declaration that they will attack Taiwan in 2025? Do you guys know that? Are you guys aware of that?
A testament to its long, faithful service to our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard.
Do you guys love Trump? Answer the poll, guys. Do you guys love Trump? If you guys don't, go ahead. Let me know how you feel.
In 1775, the shot heard round the world at Lexington and Concord sparked a revolution, uniting 13 colonies and forging a continental army from farmers and frontiersmen.
Trump and Alice Widow? Who the fuck is... Who's Alice Widow? Who's that? I don't know who that is.
And at Yorktown forced a British surrender.
Joe Jarrett, what the hell are we talking about?
The United States of America.
All over the... What? What? I can't see, bro. What do you mean this video has nothing to do with California, bro? It's the celebration of 250 years of the United States Army, bro. What are you talking about? This has to do with Americans, bro. Open your mind, bro. It's not just about California. It's not just about protests. It's about if we're at war, these men and women that are marching right now are the ones that are going to protect us, bro.
In uniforms patterned after those worn by General Washington's musicians, playing period instruments with patriotic.
I mean, the deployment of the National Guard costed $134 million. I mean, I'm not glad, but it's being spent no matter what.
Both at home and around the world.
We might never see that much money. Ain't nobody in this chat seen $50 million. And if you have, let me know how the fuck you did it.
And now, from high above, ladies and gentlemen, celebrating 250 years, your United States Army parachute team.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a lot of money getting wasted right here, but Donald Trump's rich, man. You guys know he has a little money, man. When he did his first term, he didn't get paid as a president. He didn't want the money.
Simultaneously and negotiate the softest possible landing.
Okay. Your dad's rich? Bet.
Give him a great big wave, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden
Tell him to keep you safe when war happens, bro.
Team in the world.
What's good, guys? What's good, guys? I'm happy to spend taxes on this. I mean, tax money being spent everywhere, man. That shit's bright as fuck. I think they're jumping, bro. These parachuters are jumping down. You can barely see them, little specks. All right, let me see how many people told you guys love Trump. Let's see. Okay, 43% love Trump. Let me see, man. Who cares about any of this?
Fort Sumter in 1861, a nation divided. Over 4 brutal years, nearly 2 million soldiers fought to preserve the Union. Among them, 5 future presidents.
What's good, guys? What's good? Taxes well spent. Shout out to my boy, Fortnite Fiverr forever, I bet. Fortnite in the house. My taxes will be better spent in Ukraine to preserve a people freedom as the American ideals. Okay. Sister Sin, now will be taxed for Ukraine and Israel. What? Samuel, Joe, you may be Trump throat goat. Damn, bro. Joe, the throat goat. Joe, report to front of the comments, bro. They're saying you're the throat goat. Okay, run the fade, homie, any day. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. You're getting aggressive, Joe. We're trying to celebrate the military right here. Don't get all hyped up. I don't mind the taxes was spent on this, but I don't care about the parade. Well, it's not the parade, bro. It's about Donald Trump's birthday celebration. This is his birthday celebration that everybody was talking about.
Of our nation's history is the 4th Infantry Division based out of Fort Carson, Colorado.
Get your knee pad, Joe. Damn, Joe. Ronnie, the history about the military. Yep, that's what it is, guys. 250 years celebrating the United States Army, guys. Love them or hate them, they're the ones that are going to stand in front of any terrorist threats, any wars. You know, God bless them, man. Wherever they're stationed at right now, God bless them. Whatever they're doing right now, God bless them. They're not at home with their families because they have to protect us. If it wasn't for his birthday, it was the 2-year. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If it wasn't for his birthday, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's 250 years. It's a landmark, man.
The 1st Cavalry Division rides with pride. Born from the thunder of horse cavalry traditions of the Civil War, the 1st team forged its reputation on the front lines of history. They stormed Manila with the
I know some veterans are living in the street right now due to PTSD, drugs, alcohol, addiction. I mean, a lot of reasons.
Today, that same warrior spirit
don't care about his birthday. He's old as fuck.
By their iconic cap hats, elite soldiers, and cutting-edge equipment. Tough, fit, fearless. The 1st Cavalry Division is a lethal, disciplined force that stands ready to fight and win anywhere, anytime. And the legacy rides on. This is the CAV. Special thanks to our sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
We love the military due to life. People are messed up too, my boy, I know. Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving the thumbs up. Let's talk about it, man. Donald Trump celebrating 250 years of the United States Army. God bless the men and women who serve. You know, the National Guard being in LA. The Marines being deployed to LA. I don't think it's fair, but it is what it is, man. They're here for whatever purpose. If we were to be attacked right now, I'll feel safe. Or safer. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it is a shame that they're out there. Bro, they need to be there. Yeah, they needed to be there, right? They needed to be at the parade too, man.
Culminate in the outbreak of the First World War. The two sides engaged in a savage war of attrition, defined by opposing trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, and mass casualties. The United States initially maintained its neutrality, but was eventually drawn into the conflict in 1917. Despite having less than 130,000 soldiers at the beginning, the Army eventually grew to over 4 million, with nearly 2 million soldiers serving in Europe. In 6 months of fighting, nearly 50,000 Americans lost their lives, with another 190,000 wounded. The guns fell silent with the armistice of November 11, 1919, 1918.
My last name is Lopez. I support Trump. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you, Lopez, supporting.
Fuck Trump.
What's good, Sister Sid? Wow, what?
Continue on with more USA World War I rolling stock. This 1918 Dodge touring car was part of the legendary...
How do you guys feel about the California senator getting tackled down to the ground, handcuffed?
3,251 miles and 62 grueling days across the Lincoln...
And is it happy birthday Trump or is it happy birthday military? How do you guys feel about that?
Just grit, determination, and
he said Lopez, okay.
This
What's good?
Pave the way for the roads
True Americans. Okay, Joe. Gina, love it. Sugar Dog, love it. Okay. Kelly Reed, my family has Navy, Marines, Army, and Coast Guard vets. I love the military and my president. Hey, man, God bless America, man. God bless everybody that has served.
Headquartered in New York, this is the 42nd Infantry Division Band.
This is a celebration, 250-year celebration of the United States Army, also known as Donald J. Trump's birthday party.
Across the country like a rainbow, composed of skilled musicians from all walks of life and professional occupations. They perform a variety of musical genres.
I lost my
Their mission is primarily a musical
great paying government jobs. Trump is the greatest.
Back in 2004.
Okay, Arts of Minds.
Iraqi Freedom 3. The band has also served in support of numerous state active duty missions, including
Let's see.
veterans following Hurricane Sandy, distribution support during COVID-19, and recently support for New York State Corrections. Commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Ethan Wagner and led by Drum Major Sergeant First Class Drew Gans, the band is performing Over There, written in 1917 by Broadway composer and recipient of the Congressional Gold.
Do you love Trump, guys? Do you guys love Trump?
Representing the World War I era is the 82nd.
Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. If it looks too blurry, double tap that screen.
You'll notice the unit is wearing replica World War I uniforms signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. When the Americans entered the Great War, our soldiers, under the command of General Blackjack Pershing, hit the trenches in the new standard. It was the olive drab winter service uniform. Now on their heads you'll see a steel helmet with sand-textured paint built to deflect deadly shrapnel from above. Not bulletproof, but battle tough. Nicknamed the Pershing boot, on their feet was the M918, 1918 French troop.
Never back down, never give up. Okay, I see you guys.
Trench warfare.
The chat in the chat. The chat in the chat. Okay, I see you guys. Double tap that screen. We live, man. Let me know how you guys feel about the protests, the rockets, the 250-year celebration of the United States Army, Marines, Navy.
The 2nd Infantry Division was deployed to heavy combat abroad and then deployed again in World War II, ultimately liberating the Dachau concentration camp. The 42nd responded to the terrorist attacks on 9/11. Later, with the war on terrorism, the rainbow stretched across the world again, deploying in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Double tap that screen.
The U.S. Army Artillery Half Section.
Get educated on the United States Army, man. 250 years. Love them or hate them, they're here to protect us.
Horse-drawn artillery. With precision, discipline, and 6 majestic horses pulling a vintage 1918 caisson, the half section keeps tradition alive and rolling strong. Representing the power, pride, and precision of America's field artillery. This is Fort Sill's finest, ladies.
I lost my house. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Out of mind, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Form Energy.
Okay, that's a sponsor, Foreign Energy. There's no reason why you should hate them ever. Where's that at? Where's it? I'm gonna pin your comment, bro. Pin message. You're pinned. That's facts. There's no reason you should hate anyone ever.
The United States Army was on the front lines. From the beaches of Normandy to the islands of the Pacific, the greatest generation faced down.
Okay, I just posted the poll for I love Trump. I'm gonna put I hate Trump. Damn.
From bombers to fighters to transports, U.S. Army aircraft started to thunder across the skies in World War II. And take a look up there, ladies and gentlemen. Flying overhead right now. They are fast, they are fierce, and famously used in the Doolittle raid over Tokyo. Leading up front, the mighty B-25 Mitchell. Up next, the Cadillac of the sky, the P-51 Mustang. From the sky, we're back down on the ground. In World War II, one vehicle led the charge, the legendary quarter-ton 4x4 command recon vehicle, the Jeep. You might have a Jeep in your driveway, but not like this. The U.S. Army truck quarter-ton 4x4 command reconnaissance, better known as the Jeep, was an iconic vehicle of World War II and was the world's first mass-produced four-wheel drive vehicle. The Army used the Jeep for almost every military activity, including command vehicles, scout cars, and medical ambulances. Fast, rugged, the Jeep became a symbol of American ingenuity.
America's #1. Okay, bet. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Double tap that screen. I really appreciate you guys' support.
Airborne Ceremonial Band. The 82nd received the nickname All-Americans after a contest as it represented the diverse origins of its members from every state. This name remains today symbolized by their iconic AA patch. Fort Bragg's finest, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big round of applause, the 82nd Airborne Ceremonial Band. In a global fight like World War II, the U.S. Army knew our troops needed more than courage. They needed innovation. Uniforms evolved for every environment, but olive drab remained the mark of the American soldier. Shaped by lessons from the trenches of World War I, the Army introduced two battlefield essentials. The M1 helmet, tough, stable, and built to protect under fire, and the M1 Garand rifle.
I'm a Trumplican. A Trumplican.
Clear edge. General George S. Patton called the M1 rifle the greatest battle.
Jeff Elliott, we're spending $3 billion a day paying the interest on our national debt. It's unsustainable. Wake.
The 82nd Airborne.
Yeah, I mean.
The unit is best known for their bravery on D-Day, when 12,000 parachute and glider troops destroyed German supply lines after fighting for 33 days straight.
Okay. Wake up. It wasn't long enough, right? I see you, Jeff Elliott. You're right.
The 101st Airborne Division, based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Better the 8.9 billion to Ukraine. I mean, we're spending money left and right, man. And we still got homeless people everywhere.
From parachuting behind enemy lines on D-Day to leading helicopter assaults in Vietnam.
He says, I live in my truck and I haven't eaten in 2 days and I still like Trump. I mean, hey, if you're in LA, man, I don't mind giving you food. You're hungry? I got a cup of noodles for you, bro. Art of Minds, you hungry? I got a sopa for you. Yeah, because you can't help people who don't want to help themselves unless you forcibly take them into custody and make them care about themselves. I mean, yeah, man. Hello, cup of noodles. A cup of noodles are fire, bro. The man said he hasn't eaten in 2 days. Or girl, I don't know who it is. I mean, I got a cup of noodles, though.
It became one of the most influential tank designs.
Fried chicken, my favorite. Look. Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Indian spots if you're in LA. I mean, I don't mind, bro. If you're really hungry.
Produced during World War II, the Sherman tank was in active service until 1957.
Or Arturo. Yeah, I don't mind, Arturo, man. If you're hungry, let me know, bro.
In World War II, the M16 half-track was, of course, to be recognized.
Thompson, I thought America was a continent, so now Canadian, Mexican soldiers are marching together with USA. I mean, I don't know. This is all American soldiers.
Vietnam and beyond, and remains in use in U.S. allies to this day. The M16 half-track brings the fight wherever it rolls.
And drugs are a big issue. And the mentally ill and prayers. We need better programs to help these people. I mean, we need better programs to help everybody. But we need to stop right now is these ICE raids that are taking our workers, our farm workers.
Backbone Express that kept the Allies supplied after D-Day in World War II.
You had a $250,000 house on government salary, better than the majority of rookies in private sector layoffs. Sucks for everybody. You're not only one in our company. The government is in bad debt. Yeah, I believe so, bro. I feel bad because nobody showed for the military, honestly.
The Korean War, often referred to as the Forgotten War, began on June 25, 1950, with the North Korean Army's invasion of South Korea. A coalition of South Korea, the United States, and other United Nations members defeated the invasion and advanced into North Korea. The coalition fought and defeated two Chinese offensives in the spring of 1951. Armistice negotiations began shortly after that defeat in July of 1951 until the armistice was signed 2 years later in 1953. Combat consisted of small attacks, raids, and patrolling. During this war, the United States deployed approximately 6.8 million military forces to the Korean Peninsula.
Welcome in, guys. Let me know how you guys feel about the military, Trump celebrating his birthday at the same time that it's 250 years of the United States Army.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Coinbase.
$45 million, yeah. Hey, I appreciate everybody in the chat trying to help them out to get some food.
The M151.
Hey, share the live, share the live. Let's talk about everything that you guys want to talk about today. Let's keep it peaceful in the chat.
Officially named the Military Utility Tactical Truck, or MUT, most servicemen generally refer to it as a Jeep. The vehicle spanned more than 40 years at 4 manufacturers and were everywhere that the Army was deployed.
That's the classic Jeep right there, guys.
Another rolled by earlier, and at 2.5 tons, this deuce and a half, the M35A2 Classic Military Transport Truck, was a mainstay of the U.S. Army for decades, particularly during the Vietnam War and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The deuce and a half proved its value moving cargo, supplies, and soldiers. Its capabilities include up to 5,000 pounds off
Hey,
the
bye,
road,
Jeff. Have a good one. Have a blessed one.
Making it ideal for moving just about anything. In the jungles of Vietnam, the U.S. Army faced a new kind of war. Helicopters became the new workhorses of battle, delivering troops, firepower, and supplies into some of the most unforgiving terrain on Earth. This is the U.S. Army in Vietnam, the era of air mobility, fierce firefights, and unwavering brotherhood.
Shit, those are like little dots, guys. I can't really.
The music marching through. The roar of these legendary Army helicopters takes to the air. Flying overhead right now, they help define the Vietnam War. That staccato beat of the rotor blades was a welcome sound to many troops mired in combat. From transport and medevac to close air support and reconnaissance, they brought the fight to the front and pulled the wounded to safety. The OH-6 Cayuse scouted the terrain with unmatched agility. The AH-1 Cobra, also nicknamed the Snake, brought serious firepower. Its slim design, as you can see here, helped it survive and thrive in hostile environments to protect soldiers below. And the icon of the era, the UH-1 Huey, the first turbine-powered helicopter in service with the U.S. military. There was nothing the Huey couldn't do. General support, air assault, cargo transport, medic evacuation, and ground attack missions. The Cayuse, Cobra, and Huey, ladies and gentlemen, three.
Yeah, 12 countries from entry. I mean, it's crazy, but right now everything is crazy, man. Too many wars going on. We don't know who's coming in, who's trying to get in. I mean, we've been fighting for due process. There's a due process to come in as well, man.
Texas has played a vital role in U.S. military history. Since its origins back in 1855 as the band of the 2nd Cavalry, it has supported operations from the Civil War to Desert Storm. Over time, it's evolved into a powerful force using music to strengthen bonds between soldiers and engage with communities. From World War II in Korea to the Vietnam War in Bosnia, the 1st Teen Band has enhanced morale and upheld the division's enduring legacy. Today, the band continues its mission using music to shape perceptions, foster trust, and promote national army and division interests. Standing ready to serve, it remains an enduring symbol of the 1st Cavalry Division's legacy and commitment to duty. The band performs Hit the Leather and Ride on March composed by Captain Robert Meredith Wilson.
You have to be vetted to come in. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're not just going to let anybody come in, man. We're not going to let anybody come in. It'll make no sense. We're too prone to attacks, man. September 11, it will never be forgotten. And if we did a better job vetting and not letting anybody in, we might have prevented that attack. You know? We learn from our mistakes, man. Rest in peace, everybody that lost their lives on September 11.
A contingent of U.S. Army advisors arrived in Vietnam in the late 1950s. And that
What if he was 2 years old and came here with my parents and mom, my dad, found out when 16 that I'm an illegal alien? I'm gonna be really pissed off at my parents, wouldn't you? I mean, yeah, man. People are finding out that you can be deported.
By January 1969, more than 364,200
People just,
soldiers
we were comfortable, man.
around 7 divisions and
In California, we were comfortable.
The United States began withdrawing its forces
All over the place, we were comfortable. Not worried about the ICE agents coming in and taking you from your job or from work or from your family. You know, but it's real now. Yeah, September 11, man, it was real.
Until April 1975.
It was real, man. We were attacked. That was the biggest terrorist attack on U.S. soil to this day.
Representing the Vietnam War era is the 101st Airborne Division based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. The unit is wearing replica Vietnam War uniforms signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. Blistering heat, thick humidity, and unforgiving terrain.
There he is.
Uniform innovation. And the Army, they delivered. New lightweight uniforms were constructed to move with the soldier. The M16 replaced the M1 Garand, calling for redesigned ammo gear and faster reloads in combat. Body armor got smarter, jackets and trousers got lighter, and field equipment was reimagined to meet the mission head-on. Gone were the heavy Mickey Mouse boots, replaced by canvas tropical combat boots that offered better grip, faster drying, and all-day endurance. Special thanks to our sponsor, Oracle.
Does Mexico allow the children born here be citizens if parents have to leave? I mean, there's a process in Mexico as well. They can apply for citizenship out there for their children. As long as you have a parent that has citizenship out there, they can get citizenship for their children as well. So they can have dual citizens. There's a lot of people that have dual, triple.
Iraq invaded Kuwait in August 1990. The U.S. Army deployed to Saudi Arabia to deter further Iraqi aggression in the region for what was known as Operation Desert Shield. By the fall, more than 750,000 troops comprising U.S. service members and coalition partners from more than 30 countries had assembled in the Saudi Arabian desert. In mid-January 1991, the U.S.-led coalition began Operation Desert Storm, which kicked off with an intensive air campaign designed to knock out key Iraqi infrastructure and weaken Iraqi forces. The ground offensive was launched in early 1991, where military forces overwhelmingly destroyed enemy tanks and vehicles. After only 100 hours of ground combat, coalition troops liberated Kuwait.
Yeah, pray for all the military, the men and women that served, that are serving right now, that are away from their families, their loved ones, away for Christmas, the holidays. 4th of July is coming up, Thanksgiving. God bless them, man.
From Fort Riley, Kansas, this is the 1st Infantry Division, one of the Army's most storied divisions. Nicknamed the Big Red One because of the distinctive red on their unit patch. As the oldest continuously serving division in the U.S. Army, the unit has participated in every major operation since World War I, living up to its motto, no mission too difficult, no sacrifice too great, duty first. The 1st Infantry Division was originally established as the 1st Expeditionary Division in 1917 and spearheaded the American Expeditionary Forces in France during World War I. In World War II,
what if he lets the immigrants serve too? I mean, I thought that was a plan, bro. I really thought that was a plan. I thought that was a plan because they were letting so many immigrants in of military age. When Biden was president, I don't know. I thought that was a plan. I thought because we have a low enrollment rate. I don't know if you guys looked that up. We're like 40,000 short every year. 40,000 short soldiers every year. It actually impacts our military. Never forget, if there was no due process, there's no due process for anyone. Yeah, I mean, anything. We let one illegal immigrant get deported, they're going to deport everyone, whether they're working or not. I mean, that's what the protest is for, you know?
During Operation Desert Storm, the M2 Bradley fighting vehicle proved its value on the battlefield.
And then Biden, I don't know, Biden was sick, man. Biden was sick and he was old.
Named for General Omar Bradley, a leader from West Point's famed class of 1916, the Bradley was built to carry troops into combat.
Honestly, because they should pay them more. Pay who more? Who should they pay more, sister? Who should they pay more?
It played a critical role.
Mitchell, what if you have a visa and a green card and something happens to you, you can't renew? Their discretion for those people. I mean, if your visa expires, man, there's a process to renew it. And if they don't renew it, it's because you didn't qualify, whatever. It's part of the process. They'll send you back home to your country and you can file an appeal there, you know? As far as I know, that's how immigration works. Oh, the military men should get paid more? I mean, yeah, man. They should get paid more. Not only in the time of war, they should get paid more. Get better benefits. If we have veterans in the streets now, we want to prevent that from happening later, you know? We don't want to have veterans in the streets later. It don't make no sense. How do you go from serving the country to living in the streets of the country you serve? Like, what? The big tankers. He said, get over yourself, all you Trump haters. He is in for 3.5 more years. Thank God, and God bless America. I mean, you're right, Mitch, you're right. I don't want him to go nowhere. I just want him to stop doing the protests. We have the best military in the world. Too bad he can't run another 4 years. I mean, He's trying. He's trying to make it happen, Mitch. He's trying to make it where he can run 4 more years. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he was trying. He's looking into laws. He's looking into ways to make that happen. I don't know if you know, but he's really trying to do that. The Supreme Court wrote on due process. I mean, it should be due process. That's Senator Marco Rubio. Dana White is there from the UFC.
In the Gulf War, no division hit harder or moved faster than the First Armored. The First Armored Division, nicknamed Old Ironsides, is the oldest, most recognizable armored division in the United States Army. As part of the
I'm gonna spend all night debunking the misled. I already disapprove of your last statement.
No division hit harder or moved faster than the First Armored. Old Ironsides really.
What happened in Utah, sister? What happened in Utah, sister Sin?
Engaged in some of the largest tank battles in Army history that were decisive victories, shattering enemy formations. Based in Fort Bliss, Texas, America's tank division.
Will plays. My dad is a retired military lieutenant.
From World War II to today,
Colonel, he gets $93,000 a year retirement for the rest of his life. I mean, that's good, bro. Thank you for your service every day. All illegals must go. Okay, more fire. I see you. Trump, stay away from Israel. Damn. We have due process for those being deported. Let me see. Let me know what you guys think. Should we deport all illegals? Undisclosed, but that army in that time is the only army that could have taken over the world. Most weapons, most firepower, most troops. Christy Nome. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get more people in here talking about what we're talking about, guys. 250 years and a day. 250 years and a day today, guys. Of today's military. We are watching history in the making. But as far as the homeless veterans, people need to help on an individual basis because there's a lot of programs here, but again, they expect people to jump through hoops. They need mentors. I mean, there's help provided for the veterans, but if the veterans have PTSD, mental issues because due to war, due to the things they've seen, I mean, the military shouldn't have just discharged them to begin with. Without due process as well, man. They should have a process of vetting them.
Whether used in battery formation or as a standalone support weapon, the M119 delivered reliable, responsible fire when it mattered most. Still in service today, including on the front lines in Ukraine, it remains a trusted part of the Army's arsenal.
There's a poll up, guys. Should we deport all illegals? Let me know what you guys think. Should we deport all illegals?
Special thanks to our sponsor, UFC.
Damn. It's about 50-50, man. 56% said let's deport all illegals. That's a lot of people. It's crazy. Undisclosed. And all of the history countries and kingdoms do way better in every day allowing immigrants to a certain extent. And countries fall if you radically change the narrative. I mean, they're trying to change it. And we see what's going on with our country. It's going nuts right now, guys.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists destroyed the World Trade Center in New York City and struck the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. using commercial airliners. In response, the U.S. launched the global war on terrorism. The U.S. will stop potential threats around the world and take the fight to terrorist groups and the nations that back them. The Army immediately deployed forces to Afghanistan to destroy Osama bin Laden's al-Qaeda terrorist organization and depose his sponsors, the ruling Taliban. The 2003 President Bush expanded the war to Iraq. Soldiers and other armed services overthrew Iraq's dictator Saddam Hussein. The fight to stabilize Iraq and prevent terrorist groups from overthrowing its new government continues to this day. The campaign in Afghanistan lasted until 2021 when U.S. forces withdrew and the Taliban returned to power. Over the course of the two-decade conflict, over 2 million servicemen and women, less than 1% of the American population, deployed in support of the global war on terrorism. Most of those who served were members of the United States Army.
Is Israel and Iran. They've continued to trade strikes as the conflict between the two continues. We have been checking in with analysts and experts almost nonstop since we saw Israel and Iran. First, it was Israel striking Iran, targeting nuclear facilities, ballistic missile facilities, high-profile military targets, as well as high-profile scientists as well.
A lot has changed on Route 66 in the last 100 years, but it's so.
Now, just hours before Israel strikes on Iran, US President Donald Trump, on his Truth social media platform, said, "We remain committed to a diplomatic resolution to the Iran nuclear issue. My entire administration has been directed to negotiate with Iran." Trump continued that they could be a great country, but they first must completely give up hopes of obtaining a nuclear weapon. He ended, "Thank you for your attention to this matter." That was the President of the United States, then Adam Fisher, who joins us live from Washington, D.C. So the President...
All right, let me know what you guys think about this. Let's talk about this right here. Let's talk about this right here.
law enforcement officers have been assaulted. They've been pelted with rocks and bricks. Their cars have been set on fire. Molotov cocktails have been used. We have seen people throw bottles and hammers at them. We've also seen that they have been attacked and verbally spit on or punched or assaulted, and it's just not acceptable. The Department of Homeland Security and the officers and the agencies and the departments and the military people that are working on this operation will continue to sustain and increase our operations in this city. We are not going away. We are staying here to liberate this city from the socialist and the burdensome leadership that this governor and that this mayor have placed on this country and what they have tried to insert into this city. So I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to do this. Also, I want to talk specifically to the rioters and to the politicians in Los Angeles. I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted, and how their families have been put in jeopardy, and that we're not going to allow that anymore as well. That those individuals who are purposely endangering our ICE agents and our law enforcement officers and their families will be prosecuted for what they are doing as far as perpetuating violence on them.
What do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think? How's she running nice?
Welcome back to The Takeout. California Democratic Senator Alex Padilla was forcibly removed from a press conference today where Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was speaking. He was handcuffed, briefly detained, then released. Democratic and Republican senators have denounced this. Alaska Republican Lisa Murkowski said the footage was, quote, shocking at every level, not the America I know, unquote. House Speaker Mike Johnson suggested Padilla should be censured. The White House called it a stunt. As for Secretary Noem, she called the episode inappropriate, that's a quote, but later met with Padilla and said the two exchanged phone numbers. Carter Evans was in the room and he joins me now. Carter, what'd you see? What happened?
Okay, I want to try and describe exactly what I saw here. I happen to be rolling on my camera at the moment, so I was looking at the secretary, and out of the corner of my eye, I see an individual emerging from the press corps, taking steps toward the secretary. She's still giving...
Yeah, so we're watching here the press conference where Senator Alex Padilla got removed for asking a question. What do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about a question being asked?
The secretary at the podium. So security grabs him, moves him out, and I got to tell you, I didn't recognize him at first either. And then a few seconds later, as they're dragging him out of the room, he identifies himself as Alex Padilla, a U.S. senator, and then another camera picks up what happened outside. He was brought outside of the room, put face down on the ground, and handcuffed. Outside, Secretary Noem said that they spoke. They had a good conversation. She said that she wished that he had identified.
Did he get manhandled or not?
Approaching the podium and interrupting. I tried to ask the senator why he chose that particular time to ask that question. Why didn't he wait for the question and answer period? Why did he choose to interrupt her during her opening remarks? And he declined to answer any questions. He did say he was here for a different reason, and he realized this press conference was going on. So he came downstairs because he said he had questions for Homeland Security that had not been answered, and he thought that this would be a good place to ask them.
Carter Evans, with all that perspective and on-scene reporting, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Put face down on the ground and handcuffed. Outside, Secretary Noem said that they spoke. They had a good conversation. She said that she wished that he had identified himself before approaching the podium and interrupting. I tried to ask the senator why he chose that particular time to ask that question. Why didn't he wait for the question and answer period? Why did he choose to interrupt
How do you guys feel about that? Did he get manhandled or not, guys? What do you guys think?
Carter Evans with all that perspective and on-scene reporting. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I want to bring in Ron Patello, who's a senior advisor for U.S. Customs and Border Protection. He's also former acting director of...
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. You guys have some questions. I'm going to read a brief statement. I will not be taking questions, but allow me to read my statement. I'm here in Los Angeles today, and I was here in the federal building, in the conference room, awaiting a scheduled briefing from federal officials as part of my responsibility as a senator to provide oversight and accountability. While I was waiting for the briefing with General Guillot, I learned that Secretary Nome was having a press conference a couple doors down the hall. Since the beginning of the year, but especially hear what she had to say, to see if I could learn any new additional information. And at one point, I had a question. And let me emphasize, just as we've emphasized the right for people to peacefully protest and to stand up for their First Amendment rights, for our fundamental rights. I was there peacefully. At one point, I had a question. And so I began to ask a question. I was almost immediately forcibly removed from the room. I was forced to the ground, and I was handcuffed. I was not arrested. I was not detained. I will say this. If this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, if this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable. And we'll have more to say. We'll have more to say in the coming days. Let me say just briefly in Spanish as well. Soy el senador Alex Padilla y estuve aquí porque tuve una junta para recibir más información de los representantes de la administración, especialmente porque desde el principio del término de Donald Trump y especialmente esta última semana por lo que ha ocurrido aquí en la región de Los Ángeles, hemos pedido más información para entender las pólizas, las estrategias de la administración. Y las respuestas han sido mínimas. Tuve una junta aquí para recibir más información cuando me di cuenta que la secretaria Nome tenía una rueda de prensa en el mismo edificio, en el mismo piso. Calmamente fui a escuchar para ver si podría aprender algo nuevo sobre los esfuerzos.
Well, it says, why not showing the homeless states? It's scary. There's a lot on YouTube. Show the e-chat, please. I don't know. He was in the warpath. You can't manhandle someone like that.
Todo tranquilo, tuve una pregunta y casi inmediatamente los agentes me sacaron, me forzaron de la sala. Primero me hicieron hincar, después completamente al piso me pusieron esposas.
Yeah, this is old. This is old, guys. This is old. It's 2 days old. It's not that old. But let me see. You guys want to see what's going on in LA still? I don't know if there's anything out there right now. It's probably all dead. We can see though. Let me see real quick.
Movie.
Let's see.
If this fire is a fentanyl overdose, naloxone is the extinguisher that stops it cold. Movie. And joining us to talk about it all is our very own theme park insider, TJ Springer. Now, TJ knows those parks inside and out, so what can we expect this summer?
Hi, Maureen. Yeah, it's my favorite thing, that is for sure. And we can look forward to lots of exciting new tastes, new experiences coming to our local theme parks. First, SeaWorld Orlando.
Yeah, Casey. I'm just talking about everything that's been going on.
Place in the Western Hemisphere where guests can see.
Well, good morning to you, and welcome into Fox 35 News Plus and our special coverage today of protests across America. It is June 14th. It is Flag Day. It is President Donald Trump's birthday, and there are a lot of events going on, not only in our nation's capital, with military demonstrations, a parade later today, fireworks show as well. In our
No problem. No problem.
Protests all across the country, not just here in Florida, but in about 1,500 cities across the country. I'm going to try to pull up a map that we have that shows you those locations, because they are widespread. They're in a lot of different places here in Central Florida, and we have team coverage today as we continue to track these protests and what happens in our area and also across the country. Let me show you a live look right now. This is in Daytona Beach, where Fox 35's Matt Trezza is this morning. We'll check in with him in just a little bit. But you can see quite the crowd there lining the streets, many of them holding signs and trying to get their word out. This is part of the No Kings Day of Defiance, is what they're calling it. It's a national organization that is kind of organizing these, but it's really grassroots led. In many of these communities, you see a sign there right in the middle, a black sign that says "No Kings." That is certainly the theme among many of these protests that we're going to see today, and what we are going to hear from many of these people. Again, this is a live look in Daytona Beach. But let me go ahead and pull up that map that I was talking about, showing these No Kings Day protests across America. So this is from the No Kings website, nokings.org. Every dot is a scheduled protest, and you see many of them across the country. Again, the latest kind of ballpark number we had was about 2,000 protests in about 1,500 different cities. I want to go down here to Florida and kind of zoom in a little bit just so you can get an idea of what it looks like here. And you see, even just in our area, quite a few. Orlando, Castleberry, Lake Mary, looks like one in Mount Dora, Deltona, DeLand, Daytona Beach. We know New Smyrna Beach. In Brevard County, there's one in Cocoa. A number of these different protests. Again, we have team coverage today. Fox 35.
Yeah, these are all the protests that are going around all around the world. The No Kings Day protests.
Esther Bauer in Brevard County, covering those protests there, and then also a protest in downtown Orlando later today. That one's scheduled for 5 o'clock. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay going to be there, and we will check in with him later. But we have a full day of coverage for you planned here live on Fox Local and on YouTube. And if you are watching with us on YouTube, go ahead and drop us a line in the chat and show us, tell us where you're watching from. Let us know. Say hello, and we appreciate you joining us. Fox 35's Morgan Parrish going to join me in here in just a little bit. as we continue our coverage. Fox 35's Marley Capper going to join me later this afternoon, as well as we have
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in, guys.
live guests as well, looking at safety and security angles. We'll speak to some law enforcement experts. We are also going to speak to a couple of political analysts and political experts about this. Are going on in D.C. 6:30 p.m. is the Army 250th birthday parade, followed by concert, fireworks on the National Mall as well. So this is happening right now on the National Mall. And then for much of the day, they're having an Army birthday festival that's going to have some more live military demonstrations. They're going to have tanks out there, all kinds of different things. So that kind of sets the scene for what's going on in our nation's capital as we see more of these protests beginning as well across the country. Give you another live look in Daytona Beach. And I was looking for the exact location. This Daytona Beach protest, I believe it's outside Daytona Beach City Hall, is where we're talking about. You see hands off democracy on one of those signs there. And we have a chance to speak with one of the organizers yesterday of a protest in
This goes on all of your friends.
So that's what's going on, guys. We're just right here talking about what's going on, what happened today, the No Kings protest, the 250 birthday of the U.S. Army, Donald Trump's birthday, the protest in downtown L.A.
The ones who care so fiercely that they carry us all to the ones.
Let's see what we got here.
I meet this group of people.
This was breaking news 2 hours ago, guys.
A peaceful protest of an estimated 10,000 people in Salt Lake City turned to chaos tonight. That is the breaking news we're following. I'm Jordan Tracy. Salt Lake City police reporting a shooting near 200 South State Street, possibly associated with tonight's No Kings protest that was taking place across the country and across the Beehive State. Let's take a look now at that scene that we saw earlier today of that protest as demonstrators took to the streets protesting the No Kings protest that we saw across the country. This is the moment our photographer realized something had happened, and people leaving that protest, running out of the streets as police started to respond to that parking garage there. You see that is on State Street and at 200 South. We're being told a person of interest is in custody according to police, and one person critically injured, taken to the hospital.
Welcome in, guys.
Threatening injuries. As we continue to learn more this evening, we do have a reporter live on the scene. We're going to go to them now. Alyssa Royster from ABC4 News is there at the scene with what she can tell us at this time. Alyssa, what do you have?
Jordan, that's right. I'm here downtown where, yes, someone was shot during the No Kings protest. That person now in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now, the anti-ICE protests, which they're being held nationwide, are meant to oppose what demonstrators see as power grabs, if you will, by President Trump.
Salt Lake City. Someone was shot
that 10,000 people were
and maybe might die.
Which was evident, as it was hard to even get here with everywhere you looked, people walking with their flags and signs. So at first things started out peaceful, but then around 8 we started seeing people running on camera. Police then posted on X a few minutes later saying they were investigating a shooting possibly associated with the demonstration near 200 South State Street. That shooting turned out to be true. Again, that person now in the hospital critically injured. Now, this protest comes just after the one we had just a few days ago downtown. But with that one, other than a few small fights that police had to break up, an arrest, and a car being damaged, law enforcement actually thanked protesters for keeping it peaceful. Obviously, this was a different story tonight. Now, there is going to be a press conference happening coming up here soon, which I'll be here for, so I'll keep you updated. In the meantime, Jordan, back to you.
Yep, breaking news, guys. Somebody just got shot 2 hours ago. Hopefully he makes it. This is in Santa Ana. Protest going on right now in Santa Ana, California. Let me see. See if we can find anybody who got shot by rubber bullets.
Some things in life are out of your control. We don't plan for accidents, but we can plan.
Yeah, I seen that. The Australian reporter shot.
LAPD seems to be struggling greatly during these protests in Los Angeles because, wouldn't you know it, these darned police officers continue firing rubber bullets at reporters. And, you know, it's fairly easy, usually, to tell who is a reporter and who is not, considering the fact that they typically have a camera crew and are talking into a microphone. Nevertheless, multiple reporters have been struck by these supposedly less lethal rounds. So let's go through the list, because some of the injuries suffered by some of these reporters don't seem all that mild. The first one is Toby Canham. Canham, who is a veteran photographer who was on assignment for the New York Post, was filming police and protesters from an elevated position just off the 101 freeway when a California Highway Patrol officer fired a rubber bullet at him from about 100 yards away, striking him in the forehead. Footage captured by Canham, who was wearing a press pass at the time, shows he fell to the ground after being hit. He was left with a large bruise on his forehead and spent Monday in the hospital being treated for whiplash and neck pain. Then you have Nick Stern, a British news photographer who underwent emergency surgery after being hit by a non-lethal round while he was documenting the confrontation between police and protesters. He told the BBC that a plastic bullet tore into his thigh and that several protesters helped carry him away from the area before a medic attended to him. He's recovering at a hospital in Long Beach following surgery to remove the round. Lauren Tomasi, the Australian U.S. news correspondent, was hit in the leg by a non-lethal...
These are all the news reporters that got hit by rubber bullets.
This past Saturday. She says she's a bit sore, but she is okay. Then you have Ryan Mina and Sean Becker.
These all sound like lawsuits, guys.
Mina, who is a crime reporter with the LA Daily News, and videographer Sean Beckner Carmichael, reported being shot with non-lethal rounds while covering the protest on Friday. Homeland Security agents shot me and other journalists with pepper ball bullets yesterday in Los Angeles, Mina wrote on Twitter, and showed a photo of the bruises that she had received. And those are the ones, obviously, that we know about. Here's the thing. If you've been watching any of the footage, or if you've seen any of the photographs of the police with these supposedly less lethal rounds, they're not called non-lethal, they're called less lethal.
This is a video of the Australian reporter getting shot.
Have drawn worldwide attention. During the back and forth between police and protesters yesterday, an Australian reporter was shot by a non-lethal round.
Moving them on through the heart of LA.
You see the moment there. Lauren Tomasi was reporting live when, without warning, an officer behind her...
This all shit that's been happening, guys. Yeah, on the positive side, yeah, right? Everybody survived. Let's see what else we can find, guys.
U.S. correspondent for
That's the same one. That's the person that went viral for that shit, huh?
These are chicken so juicy, avocado so creamy.
Don't get hungry, guys. Don't get hungry.
These attacks and counterattacks come just as Iran was engaged in talks with the US over a potential deal on its nuclear program. The sixth round of indirect talks were scheduled for Sunday, but Iran's foreign minister has told Al Jazeera that those talks are now cancelled. Abbas Araghchi has said there is no justification for continuing negotiations in light of Israel's continued attacks. Our White House correspondent, Kimberly Halkett, reports from Washington, D.C. on the U.S. president's response to the attacks.
U.S. President Donald Trump presided over the 250th birthday
Yeah, not the
of
ads,
the
huh?
U.S. Army on Saturday, coincidentally also
Yeah, happy
the
Father's Day, right?
president's birthday. And he had a message for America's adversaries, perhaps even Iran, in this thinly veiled threat. He told the crowd that America's enemies have learned if you threaten the American people, our soldiers are coming for you. Defeat will be certain. The U.S. president, though, did not mention the Iran and Israel conflict directly. But earlier in the day, he did hold calls and discuss the escalating situation in the Middle East with the European Union chief, as well as the Turkish prime minister and the Russian president, Vladimir Putin. Putin telling Donald Trump that he is condemning the military operations by Israel against Iran and that he believes this should be resolved with diplomacy. The U.S. president, for his part, said that U.S. negotiators are ready to resume working with Iran's representatives to limit Iran's nuclear program, despite what he called a complicated situation. Kimberly Halkett, Al Jazeera, the White House.
Alan Ayer was a core member of the U.S. nuclear negotiating team from 2010 to 2015 for the Iran nuclear deal, and is currently a distinguished diplomatic fellow with the Middle East Institute. He joins us from Washington, D.C. now. Welcome to Al Jazeera. So overall, how perilous a situation is this now for the Middle East and possibly beyond?
Very perilous, very troubling. I mean, as your previous reports have shown, we're stuck in an escalating spiral of violence between Israel and Iran. Iran is trying to retaliate by using missiles and drones, but Israel has achieved escalation dominance and is using its planes, which have free reign over Iranian skies, to pretty much take out targets at will. They've targeted nuclear facilities, they've targeted military installations, they've targeted military leaders, and now they're starting to go after energy targets. So it's very troubling.
And given what you say, I mean, will there be a point where Israel feels it's achieved its goals and will stop its attacks?
By definition, but I think Israel went into this very open-ended. I think their stated goal was to take out Iran's nuclear infrastructure But that's not possible because at the end of the day, Iran.
Yeah, you're right. No
has
looting. No looting,
thousands of
Casey.
Scientists with the nuclear know-how working in the nuclear
Peaceful
section.
protests.
And even though Israel has killed some nuclear scientists, they can't take those people out. They can destroy installations, and they're doing a good job of that, even though they're going to be hard-pressed to take out Fordo without U.S. help. But at the end of the day, Iran can ride out whatever bombing Israel unleashes on it and build from there. So what are the other goals?
That dude's crazy. He said,
I think they're trying to
right out the bombardment. Like, what the hell?
U.S. participation in the attacks, which will make the job easier. And I think ultimately, Israel's best case scenario is trying to encourage, if not regime change, the toppling of this regime in Iran.
In a practical sense, though, what options does Iran have now, having felt compelled to respond to Israel's original attacks on its command and nuclear infrastructure?
No, I didn't see what the Prime Minister of Israel said.
That's a great question. It's very bleak. Their options are very limited. They have to respond militarily just to save face domestically. But as we've seen, Israel can take the brunt of a lot of that, and it's very unlikely that Iran can cause enough damage internally in Israel to put any sort of pressure on Israel to stop bombing. Iran can use diplomatic means, but they don't have that many allies in the international community. And so, and even if they did, Israel has shown that it's spectacularly unwilling to listen to international opinion when it's pursuing what it considers legitimate military goals. So its best option is just to ride it out, do as much damage as they can to Israel to save face domestically, and then once whenever Israel stops bombing, try to take stock, come up with a new defense strategy, which possibly could include, in fact, trying to get a nuclear weapon as opposed to just maintaining the capability for a nuclear weapon. And that's very worrisome. As part of that, they could pull out of the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which loses us any visibility we have into the Iranian nuclear program.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us here in Al Jazeera.
Iran began firing more missiles into Israel moments ago. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst is live from Tel Aviv with more on that. Trey.
Yeah, John, we have some video captured by our cameraman, Yaniv Turgeman. Off in the skyline, we could see these incoming ballistic missiles. They appeared as if they were headed toward the port city of Haifa in northern Israel. The entirety of the country has gotten an alert to head into bomb shelters. This is still an ongoing event, but you can see this video here just captured by Fox News as these missiles were streaming through the skies of Israel. We do know some of them were...
Yeah, those are missiles, guys. We're worried about ice. They got to worry about missiles.
Systems were engaging these incoming ballistic missiles. But this is an indication that the Iranians have now launched a fifth wave over the past 24 hours, targeting different parts of Israel. We don't know yet how many of these missiles actually landed and hit targets, but we can tell you
Tel Aviv.
It's a significant attack for all of them to come at one time. Certainly, we could see from our vantage point more than 15 of them all flying through the skies of Tel Aviv. And again, this was in the distance because if you go along the coast from Tel Aviv north along the Mediterranean, you'll get to the port city of Haifa, and it does appear that was the city that was targeted. You saw earlier today those images from the aftermath of a ballistic missile strike in central Israel, completely destroying an entire block in a neighborhood, killing 2 people and injuring dozens of others. These are very significant and powerful missiles that the Iranians are using, and reports right now indicate that the Israelis are striking a variety of different targets in Iran. I'm just reading from my phone here, John, because there are some initial reports coming in from Haifa of at least 1 impact. And again, we have this video showing you what it was like as these missiles were soaring through the skies of Israel. And again, the initial reports, at least 1 impact. But when you watch this video, it appears there could be even more than that. We will, in the minutes and hours...
Those are all missiles, guys. All of those.
From local authorities and, of course, from the IDF to understand just how extensive this recent barrage...
Shit.
Very specific code section on the law.
You're one of those people that saves money by watching the ads.
Is this smoke and mirrors to the Iran and Israel war? Yeah, get prepped now, right? That's what we gotta do, guys. Get ready. Something's going on. The Marines coming to LA. Oh, let me see. I was gonna look at one more thing before I go, guys. So everybody that's been looting, rioting, destroying government property have been getting arrested. Let me see. We're gonna put up the guys that have been getting arrested for rioting during the protests. Give me a minute. Not the January 6 riders. Los Angeles. This is what Gavin Newsom had to say. I can't find the protest getting arrested.
Pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. California will keep fighting. We'll keep fighting on behalf of our people, all of our people, including in the courts. Just yesterday, we filed a legal challenge to Donald Trump's reckless deployment of American troops to a major American city. Today, We sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles. If some of us could be snatched off the streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color, then none of us are safe. Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves, but they do not stop there. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take more power and exert even more control. And by the way, Trump, he's not opposed to lawlessness and violence as long as it serves him. What more evidence do we need than January 6th? I ask everyone, take time, reflect on this perilous moment. A president who wants to be bound by no law or constitution, perpetuating a unified assault on American traditions. This is a president who in just over 140 days has fired government watchdogs that could hold him accountable for corruption and fraud. He's declared a war on culture, on history, on science, on knowledge itself. Databases, quite literally, are vanishing. He's delegitimizing news organizations, and he's assaulting the First Amendment. And the threat of defunding them, at threat, he's dictating what universities themselves can teach. He's targeting law firms and the judicial branch that are the foundations of an orderly and civil society. He's calling for a sitting governor to be arrested for no other reason than to, in his own words, for getting elected. And we all know this Saturday, he's ordering our American heroes
Babe, get off my leg, please. You're still alive?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta be up early.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep already.
Good afternoon. I'm Lynette Romero. We are coming on the air with breaking news.
Come on, babe.
Alright, guys. Have a good night. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys tune in for more. Like and subscribe. If you guys want to keep chatting up so late with me. Tune in for tomorrow's protest.